Hi guys, hope you're all still well and keeping safe and not going too mad sitting at home or driving your parents too mad. So you should have all received one of these goodie bags with the things we need for our next activity which you're doing at home. It does has a label on there saying do not open until we've had our virtual meeting, so I hope you haven't been having a peek. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adjust my camera and we'll see what's in there and we'll see what we're doing. Okay guys, so inside your activity bag you will find some loom bands. I'm sure you all know what they are. They're like little elastic bandy type things. You will find a double-sided sticky pad. A plastic cup. A bit of some tights or stockings. A bag of seeds. And a bag of soil or compost. So what we are going to be making is we are going to be making a cress head. So the seeds inside the little bag are cress seeds. These ones are mustard cress. Now these seeds grow pretty quickly. Within about 5 days you can start cutting the cress and eating it. So you can have your egg and cress sandwiches within 5 days. And as long as you trim it, when you trim it, as long as you leave a little bit at the bottom, about 2 centimetres at the bottom, it will keep growing until the seeds use up all their energy. So, one other thing you will need, I've got a bit of paper down here as you can see, but I'm also going to use a plate, or you could use a tray as well, anything like that, because you're going to be using the soil and we don't want it to go everywhere. So, first thing you need to do is you need to take your tights, make sure the end's unravelled, you scrunch it up, and you get one of your loom bands and wrap it round the top of the tights. You stick it on your fingers like that, go over the top, and just keep turning it. Probably about 4 times is alright for these, 4 or 5 times. There you go, that's 4 times. Once you've got it like that, just roll it up near to the top. Just make sure you don't come off the top. So you see that as I'm moving it, it's rolling up towards the top. That's about right. So as you can see, we have now sealed up one end. So what you need to do, put your hand inside and pull it inside out. So the loom band and the bunch is on the inside. Okay, next thing we need to do, we need to put our seeds in here. Now one way to do this, if you get your cup, just stretch it over the top, pop it down. Open your bag of seeds and just tip them in. You might get some stuck to the sides, give a bit of static in there, give it a little flick. And there we go. We have all our seeds in the bottom of our cup. Now we need to start filling this with the soil. Way to do this, I found the easiest way is put your cup on your plate or your tray or whatever you've got. Open up your bag of soil and gently put handfuls into the cup. Stretch your tight over the top. Turn it upside down. Give it a bit of shake. Then just pull it and squish it down. Do the same again. If I do it this way around, you can probably see easier. So I'm putting the tight over the top of the cup. Turn it over. Give it a shake. Get your hands in there, squish it down. Give it a bit of a bang so you can distribute the seeds. If you have a look there, see all the seeds in one place. You want to give that a bit of a wiggle, bit of a squeeze. Make sure the seeds get spread all around the top. And we keep going until we fill up our tights. There you go, a bit more in there. When you get to the end, you can give it a bit of a shake. Get your compost off your plate. And just tip the rest from the bag in because it's easy than trying to grab the little bits. And in we go with the last bit. Now try not to squeeze your cup too much or break your cup because we're going to need that again later on. So now we've got all our soil and our stocking. Sorry, move the cup out of the way. What we can do is just hold the top, hold it closed like that. Turn the top round. Again, make sure you see these little bits here. They're the seeds. Just give it a little shake around the top. Make sure they're well distributed around the top of the stocking. You can see they've all moved around a bit. Okay, now need to sort of squeeze this into a bally type shape. And then at the top here, leave a little bit of a neck, little bit of space there. Grab another loom band and seal the top up like you did the other end. That's 2, 3, 4. Turn it over once more. Oh, that one snapped. This is why you've got spares, so if it snaps, don't worry. So 1, 2. So all I'm doing is I'm twisting the loom band, pulling it through. That's 4, 5, that's one more for luck. Okay, there we go. So this is now ready. That bit there, the closed end, your top. The bit with a little tail is your bottom. Okay, now you're up to this point. You can get rid of your plate and your bag. So we have our head ready to go. Now what he's going to do is this is going to sit on top of our cup. Now we're going to have water in this cup. So what we need to do, we need to squeeze it out so it's a bit more of a pear shape. There you go. So it looks like a pear. So now that'll sit in there nicely. So when we put water in the bottom here, it'll get sucked up and it'll keep the compost moist. Okay, but we're not done yet. Now we need to decorate it. So first thing we can do, take them out of your cup again. Let's give them a nose. So what you do, if you just grab a little bit, like a little nosy type shape, mould it into a shape. Take another one of your loom bands. Give it a couple of twists, and there we go. He's got a nose. We do the same for the ears. With the ears, if you pinch them out into an ear type shape. Once again, put a loom band on, a couple of twists. Okay, he's now got one ear. Let's give him another one. There you go, he's looking better already. Looking more like a person. Now, what you can do for the eyes is you can either draw them on using a marker. On some of these, it might not come out that good. I'm going to give him a couple of eyes. Okay, he's got a couple of eyes. The other option you've got is with your sticky pad. Get a pair of scissors, cut a couple of little bits off. And you can draw some eyes. And with your sticky pads, you can stick them on. There you go, here's a couple of eyes. Or if you have any wiggly eyes at home from some other crafts you've done, you can use them as well. There you go, now he's got a couple of eyes. Just squeeze them back into shape. He looks a bit odd. So I'm trying to do this in a reflection rather than... Now, the other thing he needs is, it looks a bit odd like this, he's not clothed. So, you can get a bit of fabric or a bit of cloth, making some clothes, or you can use a bit of kitchen roll, draw something on it and wrap it round. But I've cheated. My one, I'm going to make him a scout leader. So I've already done a little cutout, drawn a little cutout. And what I'm going to do, with the rest of my sticky pad, I'm going to stick him on the front of my cup. There we go. So we now have a Scout Leader Cress head. You can adjust this if you need to, if he looks a bit odd. As long as you've got a little bit of a tail sticking out the bottom. There we go. Now, as I say, within 2 days, this should start to sprout. And within 5 days, you should get a nice big green and white head of cress on there. And all you do is after about 5 days, once it's about 4 inches or 100 millimeters tall, you just give him a little snip, chop it off a bit. And then as long as you leave a little bit on top, it will keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. So, the other thing you need to do, this compost is quite moist, but before you put him in his final place, it's a good idea. Just give him a little bit of water. You can run him under the tap. A little bit of water and just squeeze it through. And also, because I haven't got a tap here, I'm using a dish. Pour some water in your cup. As you can see, I'm filled up to about there. Sit him in there. Probably put a bit too much in there. So probably better off about half filling your cup. Sit him in there. And that'll absorb the water up through the soil and keep the seeds. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop him on my windowsill. I'm going to pop him over here in the sunlight. There we go. He can live over there. We'll see how he gets on. So in a couple of days, my cress head will start sprouting. It'll be a few days before you see anything noticeable, and probably about 5 days before you can start trimming it and eating your cress. But because I'm probably going to post this video before that happens, what I'll do is either up here or up here, somewhere in here, I'll do another video and I'll put a little link in so you can see day on day how it grows. So yeah, one other thing, in this video I have put in a deliberate continuity error. Now what this is like you see in films, like where two people are talking, they're leaning up against a red car, and then all of a sudden it changes to the other person, they start talking, when it goes back they're leaning up against a completely different car, like a blue car. This is known as a bit of continuity error. It's also a bit like spot the difference. So I've put a deliberate one in this video. Let's see if you can work out what it is. And I'll give you a clue. It's nothing on my desk. So, hope you enjoyed that. And hope you have fun. Keep safe. And one last thing. These videos are going out on my personal YouTube channel. So, if there are other scout leaders out there who are using them, you are welcome to. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, or if you've got any ideas for videos you want me to do, stick them in the comments and we'll see what we can do. We're all in this together. See you later. Have fun. Keep safe. Bye.